Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We have a special segment for you. The youngest child of heavy metal icon Ozzy Osbourne is here. He is living with relapsing, remitting multiple sclerosis and has been for 2 years. And he is here to spread the news about what he's learned and how he's coped. So please welcome Jack Osbourne. And Jack, welcome and thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So now this is something very serious, and there is a lot I want to ask you about. But you've been dealing with this now for 2 years. So first, let's talk a little bit about just how life has been for you since you were diagnosed with RRMS 2 years ago. Correct?
Yep. Life has been great. I've been managing very well. Made a few life changes, a few adjustments, and got on a treatment that works really well with me. And I think I like to say that life changed more being a dad than really with MS.
Okay, so you're taking it in stride and
Trying to.
Yeah, and I commend you for doing that. And just out of curiosity, when you were first diagnosed, what were your thoughts, and how did you initially take that news?
I don't think anyone necessarily takes that news very well. It's not like you get handed a golden ticket. I was pretty bummed out. I kind of had a couple days of feeling pretty down. But you just kind of, I was in a great position because my daughter had just been born 3 weeks earlier. So I didn't have time to sit and just get into a deep, dark depression because I had a newborn baby to take care of, and my wife she's very straightforward, and she's very like, all right, well, you gotta, pull yourself together and let's figure this out, and go change a diaper.
Yeah. So you had to jump right into parenthood, and I do want to talk to you about a campaign that you have coming up, because this is something that you have put together to really enlighten folks and let people know what this is all about. So this is called You Don't Know Jack About MS, and just tell us a little bit about this campaign.
So the You Don't Know Jack About MS campaign is, you can go to youdon'tknowjackaboutms.com, and it's basically an awareness campaign. We're trying to continue to educate and raise awareness about the disease, and I've teamed up with Teva Neuroscience, and we decided to create a web-based kind of docu-series that follows me and how I live with the disease, and we do episodes on health and diet and exercise and support and all varying different kind of subject matters related to MS, and we do some man on the street stuff, and it's kind of education through entertainment, really.
Absolutely, and what a great way to bring awareness to something. So I commend you for doing that and your efforts there. And as you've been doing this, have you found there to be some big misconceptions about the disease? And if so, what are those?
Oh, there are loads of misconceptions. People think the disease is something that it's not. People, I think, still have not a great knowledge of what the disease is, and that's something that I've always found very frustrating. And also, I think there's a huge misperception of how it affects someone's day-to-day life. I think the common thought is that when you have MS, you're no longer able-bodied, and your life essentially is over. And it's just not the case anymore at all. Granted, there are some people who have a very progressive form of MS, and they unfortunately do suffer symptoms like that, but it's not the case for relapsing remitting MS at all.
Okay, so one thing I'd like for you to ask, you've really done such a good job of just moving forward with your life and putting your family in front of really, worrying about this. And now, can you give somebody some advice if they are dealing with this disease? What advice can you give them to just move on?
I would tell them to get off the internet and actually talk to people who have MS. Find, you can, through the different charities and organizations that they set up support meetings, support groups, and find, or even just find someone who's a friend of a friend or whatever who has MS and talk to them one-on-one. The internet has great information, but there's also a lot of misinformation.
Absolutely.
And then I would say get on a treatment that works. Find, there's lots and lots of options out there that are available, but find something that it suits your lifestyle and that you feel like you can maintain.
Absolutely.
That's important. It's so important.
Well, just an inspiration to us, Jack. Thank you for sharing your time with us. I know you got to go, but real quick, how can others learn more about this?
They can go to youdon'tknowjackaboutms.com. There's videos, there's tons of information, there's links to other, charity organizations and support groups out there. So, jump on the website.
All right, Jack. Well, thank you so very much. That is Jack Osbourne, and please check out You Don't Know Jack About MS, premiered on November 6th. We'll let you move on, Jack, but thank you so very much for joining us. We'll be back with more Talk of the Town right after this.
Thank you.